We begin tonight with a story we've been following all afternoon. A woman is dead after being shot by El Cajon police officers after they say she hit them with her pickup truck. Good evening, and I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The shooting happened just before 1 o'clock this afternoon outside El Cajon Police Department headquarters. Tonight, CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes is standing by with what witnesses are saying.
But we begin tonight with CBS 8's Shannon Handy with more on what we know about what led up to this shooting. Shannon.
Carlo and Marcella, San Diego Police has taken over this investigation, which, as you can see, is still well underway. We're told that 2 El Cajon police officers were standing in uniform outside police headquarters planning a retirement party for one of their captains. They were on the sidewalk coordinating part of that party, which was going to take place outside. At the same time, a woman in a black pickup truck was parked facing the building. She backed out of her spot, appearing as though she was leaving. SDPD Acting Lieutenant Jonathan Dungan described what happened next.
Instead, the truck pointed towards the officers and then stopped for a moment. And the officers appeared to recognize, this is all from a video that we have from surveillance video. Officers, the sergeant and the lieutenant appeared to recognize that the truck was doing something strange. And then out of nowhere, the truck veered directly towards the officers. The officers tried to get out of the way, but the truck turned quickly and actually struck the sergeant, throwing him into the air. At that point, the lieutenant was calling for additional officers for help and was trying to get away from the truck as well as the sergeant was on the ground. The truck reversed again and drove towards the officers. Another officer had responded to that call for help and was in front of the truck trying to get to the sergeant when the truck accelerated forward again.
And that's when the sergeant who was hit, as well as one of the responding officers, opened fire. The driver, a woman in her 20s, was hit. She was taken to the hospital where she died. As for the sergeant who was hit, he was also taken to the hospital with what was believed to be a broken bone. Doctors determined it was not broken. They thought his arm was broken, so they released him. Right now, we don't know the woman's motive, and it doesn't appear as though she was inside the police department prior to the incident. The truck is registered to a couple in La Mesa, but police are not releasing the woman's name. As for where this all happened, Acting Lieutenant Dungan says it's frightening for all involved.
This is a scary event. Those officers were standing in front of their station, not taking any enforcement action, not trying to contact anyone. They were preparing for a retirement ceremony. This was a very scary event for those officers that were involved, and the sergeant and the lieutenant were involved. And it's a tragedy that this happened. It's going to be investigated thoroughly and make sure that everything was done accordingly.
And when this happened, there were a lot of people who actually saw the shooting, who witnessed the aftermath as well. For that part of the story, we turn now to Kirsten Holmes. Kirsten?
Yeah, that's right, Shannon. Again, it has been a really scary afternoon here outside of the El Cajon Police Department. I'm going to step out of the way so that you can get a perspective of the suspect's car that is still here, riddled with bullet holes as it still sits outside of the police station. You can see that they drove right up over a ramp onto the sidewalk, right toward the front door. Here's some video from above of the scene. Again, this is here at the El Cajon Police Station. It's in the East County Regional Complex that houses the county courthouse, the Magnolia Theater, and the Civic Center for El Cajon. So this is a very busy area. There's also a hotel nearby. Everyone we talked to here are still, even hours later, shocked that this level of violence happened right in front of a police station. People who didn't want to go on camera say they didn't know what was going on, but heard several. One witness says about 20 gunshots. We talked to a woman who is staying in this hotel next door. Take a listen to what she had to say.
When I pulled up, all I saw was like cop cars and a few cars and people walking around, and I was just a little concerned on what was happening around here. It does surprise me a lot because you don't expect that from people. Like, you would expect a little more from people.
Again, this is a live look at the scene of the El Cajon Police Department. That is the suspect's vehicle still sitting here, riddled with bullets. Again, this is a very busy area with lots of businesses and government offices around here, so police know that there are a lot of witnesses. Police say that if you saw or know anything that could help in this investigation, please call the San Diego Police Department because they're taking lead of this investigation, which is protocol in officer-involved shootings like this. Reporting in El Cajon for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.